hovering kestrel. It's pretty cool. Don't know if it's in focus, but so it's the 14th of April and the breeze has certainly dropped off a little bit since yesterday, but it's blooming chilly. It was colder yesterday, but it's still chilly today. Yeah, could really do with a nice warm spring day for once. Last year, just summer was so windy. Not a very pleasant summer, to be honest, but I hope we're not going to have a repeat of that. We need a long, warm summer would be good. Do love just coming around this corner. As a view opens up, looking east. Cracking view. Looking east towards Bonchurch. Blackthorn still in flower. We'll have to go up there soon, along Leeson Road, to get some video. Just going to nip over to Wheelers Bay to check out the coastal defences since those high tides. Special guest appearance. This area of blackthorns, I always check when I come down here for migrant birds. It's really good. Seems empty today. There's been a few bits around on the rest of the island. We have a little WhatsApp group, so when somebody finds something, they report it on the WhatsApp group, so you get a good indication of what migrant birds have arrived today. A couple of red kites with a highlight, I think, one over Rookley and I think one over Cowbourne or something. I think that's right. Little Seapot Cafe is open over there, this side of the white building. Great little cafe, that one. They do good food. That little bird there, if he's still there yet, that is a rock pipit. Very discreet little bird, very quiet, cool. They love the rocky shoreline along here. So it's a Sunday, so there's no work going on the coastal defences today. It's been slightly delayed, the work they're doing, since the storm, I think, or since the very high spring tide with a surge on top of it. Not really a storm, but an onshore breeze pushed the water up, and I think it's eaten away a bit more, so they've had to do a bit more work, I think. Gold seems to be getting annoyed with me for some reason. I don't normally get mobbed down here. Doesn't look like it's got any worse than last time I was down here, which is reassuring. Being told off by a little tiny dog. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happened to the rails here. Maybe that was a storm that did that. Putting a new bit of a path there, which is good. Slight diversion. So I assume they're going to fill in these holes with concrete sometime soon. Well, fingers crossed. It'll all be open again soon. I remain slightly sceptical about this section, but yeah, they say they're going to reopen it. Get a takeaway tea in the teapot, I think. Feeling thirsty. Lovely cup of tea. Love these little cabins at the tea room. Nice cosy spot with a lovely sea view. Great little bench to sit out this one. Nice takeaway cup of tea. Sit on a bench for 5 minutes. See if any gannets fly past. Magic. The old apple tree coming into blossom. That'll draw the bees in. They'll love that. Yeah. See if there's any migrants in the... I can see what looks like a blue tit over there. And these blackthorns. Not come down in much this spring, but Wheeler's Bay is a great place for the first landfall of migrating birds as they come in. And this little patch here is particularly good. So they've all flown in across the English Channel, used up their fat reserves, which they build up in the Mediterranean as they're migrating this way. There's a little thing over there, actually might be a chiff-chaff. Let's have a look. Gone into cover. Yeah, so as they've migrated over the English Channel, and as soon as they make landfall, they need to rebuild their fat reserves for the next leg of their journey. So they'll come into bits of coastal cover like this and frantically start to feed, fly catching mainly. That's why things like blackthorn at this time of year are so good, because they've got blossom on. That's drawing in the insects, and that's what these little birds are feeding on. So they can get their energy levels back up for carrying on migrating into mainland Britain, basically. Some will stop off and nest on the island. Set up there. Little group of sparrows, house sparrows. Just need to head into town quickly, so go to Co-op, I think, so you can come along with me. Don't think I've ever really shot a video from in Ventnor town itself, so it'll be a whole new experience. I don't really like videoing where there are too many people around, because I'm never sure if people want to be on a video on a YouTube channel particularly. It doesn't bother me, but it might bother some people, which is fair enough. So they were ivy leaf toadflax, I think. These things are English marigolds. Escapees from people's gardens. They're actually a cornfield weed. By which I mean they're a native, or the wild version of them are a native species that we used to get in those pastoral cornfields. If you've seen any Constable paintings, you'll have probably seen cornfield flowers, wild flowers, things like poppies and corncockle. An English marigold is another one. Sadly, well, they're still quite abundant on the island. Not abundant, but there's still quite a few English marigolds growing in cornfields. Corn marigold, I think, is the wild version. But yeah, so you still see them along the military road in some of those sandy arable fields. There's the Volunteer pub. Smart little van, that one. Potholes developing. Definitely live in that Sprinter. Drop back down into Ventnor Bay now, I think. Repeat my normal mantra. Please subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so. And press the like button if you like the video. Very disappointing weather today. Started out fairly promising with a bit of brightness. The breeze is getting up again and cloud cover has developed. I mustn't grumble really, because it's a lovely place to be, whatever the weather. Just behind the old amusement arcade that sadly is no more. Do wish I'd rebuild something like an amusement arcade, but it's going to be a private house or a big load of flats. More English marigolds. Used to spend a lot of time in here when I was young. So now it's just gone 2 PM and I think I'm going to go and grab a coffee in Blake's, a little tea hut on the beach here, which does the best coffee I think. Actually I know it does the best coffee. Puro.